So it is Tuesday in Ho Chi Minh. We haven't done too much this morning. We've been on the FaceTime with Jess's parents for an hour or two there, so I could catch up with them. And I just got the video exported that we did from yesterday. Hopefully if you end up watching that one, it wasn't too boring for you, like I said, it is a little bit new for us. But one of the things that we're really going to want to do from this vlog is give a good impression of what our life is actually like here, instead of just giving you the big, Great Wall, Chakra Warriors, like the bits everyone wants to see usually and they want to do, and the reasons that you might leave to travel, but not the parts that are usually going to be advertised all the time. Again, today we're planning what we're going to do the rest of the time in Vietnam. We have about 2.5-3 weeks left before we head off to Thailand. So we'll be heading out in a little while after we do a workout. But this is our Airbnb that we have actually, so I want to show you the Airbnb a little bit. Obviously, doing long-term travel, we need affordable places to stay. The most natural route for a lot of people to go is hostels, and if you're doing a traditional backpacking route, that works absolutely fine, because it's the cheapest way to do it. It's the most convenient way to do it. You can check in wherever you want. They're dead cheap, $5-6 a night sometimes in Southeast Asia, and it meets your basic needs. Jess and I, we teach online. That's how we fund this whole thing, and I'll go into more about that in another vlog, probably the weekend, when you can see exactly what we do. But Airbnbs make it a little bit more accessible for us because we need a Wi-Fi connection. We need a place that's big enough that we can be heard by each other while we're teaching. And it's just kind of nice to have somewhere to yourself as well all the time, So it's a different experience than maybe some of you guys that are doing traditional backpacking. Some of the older guys, it's probably more like what you'd be in. But this is our Airbnb. So we have this kind of funny little entranceway that we actually share with another Airbnb, which is this one right here. Then we have the upstairs bit covered in all this fake grass. This is also our room. That's the other one. But come in. Again, pretty standard. We have a little living room area, basic couch. Obviously, we have the fridge in there. One of the biggest downsides to this apartment that we've had so far is the lack of kitchen equipment. I don't mind it as much. Jess will probably tell you a bit more about that later, but we only have one of these little stove things. They have these all over Asia, and one pot, so we're very limited in terms of what we can cook. But we're gonna try and work on that today and look at what we can actually have. We're supposed to be getting a microwave from our host at some point, so we'll see how that goes. We do have 2 bathrooms, which is nice. This is our shower and our bathroom. One of the quirks of Asian bathrooms is that they usually have the shower just freestanding within the bathroom as opposed to being segmented off, but we use this one for the shower. We don't use the upstairs one. And then we have the death stairs. They're dead steep, really steep. So we have to kind of be careful, and I need to stop putting so much weight on them, but head upstairs. And here we have our upstairs, our little bedroom area. Okay, so there's Jess. Good morning, Jessica Thompson. Again, we have this kind of overly fancy 4-poster bed. It's kind of over the top for the kind of room it is, but it's been comfortable enough for us. And then our other bathroom. No storage space, unfortunately. Downside, so all of our stuff is in the corner here. So if you're a bit of a clean freak, it might drive you a little bit insane. I know Jess struggles with that a little bit. And my time with Jess makes me a little bit more susceptible to that. But yeah, that's the apartment for you.
Okay guys, so today we're gonna work out. It's the first day that we are actually going to start working out again. We've been on the road for almost 6 months now and have completely lost track of all health and workout routines. So we decided that it makes us feel better whenever we do work out. We both want to lose a little bit of weight because we're getting a little flabby. And so yeah, we're gonna look on the Nike app, this good old Nike training app right here, and find a workout for us today. So let's work out. What are you about to do?
We're gonna have a workout.
Why do you have your shirt off?
To save the laundry.
Because we don't have a washer or dryer in this Airbnb.
And also because Jess was feeling insecure about wearing a sports bra in the video, so I took my top off so that she felt better.
But I still have my shirt on. This is bro. Alright guys, that was workout 1 for this new routine. We used the Nike training app, so full body goal crusher is what it was called for beginners. It was about, what, 16 minutes long, so it was much shorter than we thought it'd be, but we broke a sweat, got moving. That's all that we really care about. And look, Stevie's a sweaty!
Struggles with me coming down this staircase.
So we're just heading out now, back over to the coffee shop we were at yesterday. We haven't eaten anything, we're back on our fasting. Before we left to go traveling, we'd both done the fasting for a little bit. I lost like 15 pounds dead quick just in the fasting.
Intermittent fasting is what he's talking about.
Yeah, intermittent, so like for 16 hours a day. So it's relatively easy, just basically don't eat till after lunch. So it's relatively easy, and it was quite a good way for me to lose some weight as well. So trying to get back on that. And it saves money too, so see how that goes. There's random roosters that just run around this area, I don't know why. But yeah, so we're gonna go grab a coffee and some granola and yogurt. Nothing too crazy, we'll eat something bigger tonight and then head to the grocery store and get planning what we're gonna do tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll show you guys what it looks like to go grocery shopping in Vietnam.
Probably not that,
Not that exciting, but
because it's quite a westernized looking supermarket, so.
yeah, kind of.
It's kind of, I think it is.
No, it's very different. I will show you.
It's really not. Pick the worst time to do it.
Absolutely the worst time.
So obviously we got to grab home instead of trying to navigate that with all these bags.
Alright, you guys, so there's this thing that I used to do back in Wilmington where Steven and I lived. I used to make this vegan bowl. It was unintentional. The point of it being vegan wasn't really the point. It was egg, salsa, we had pepita salsa from Trader Joe's. We were obsessed with that place. Some avocado, brown rice, Greek goddess dressing, what else? Black beans. We had some really good stuff in there and we loved it. It was so filling, so good for us. I haven't really thought about recreating it since we've been away. It was randomly, randomly entered my mind today when we were going shopping because it should be relatively easy to make. So I'm trying to recreate it. I've got rice boiling right now. We've got some red kidney beans because I couldn't find any black beans anywhere. We've got eggs in the fridge. I'm gonna start making those soon. And hopefully this turns out. We don't have any salsa, couldn't find any of that anywhere, couldn't find any dressing that would resemble the Greek goddess. So we've got sriracha and salt and pepper, so hopefully that works out well today. But yeah. All right, you guys, here is the final product. Kidney beans, rice, sriracha, egg, and salt and pepper. Not too much of it, and then a little bit of sprinkled cheese. What's the verdict, Steven?
It's actually not too bad. It's rudimentary, but it's not bad.
We're eating from the bowl because we don't have bowls in our Airbnb, so.
Hashtag travel.
Travel life. Now, some Netflix and chill.
Jess is in a bad mood.
I'm not in a bad mood. I'm not. Okay, so we teach online. And this morning I got an evaluation. We get evaluated every month. And the past few weeks, we've had a lot of problems with our teaching platform. It's not our fault, but we dropped connections, etc., whatever. And I got a bad teaching evaluation, so I'm bummed. I don't like to be bad at things, so.
But what are we working on, Jess?
What?
What are we working on?
We're working on being more zen with my life. I get stressed out about little things, but I'm trying.
And it impacts other aspects of your day-to-day existence.
I just get in a little funk. guess, yeah, that does impact. Whatever. Why are you recording that?
This is good for you.
All right, good afternoon from Ho Chi Minh City again. We got a much later start than we intended to. We were gonna wake up really early this morning and be productive, kind of do a whole walk that Stephen had planned out throughout the city to see certain things that we wanted to see, but we got a really late start. So we decided to just go to the museum. We're gonna have a museum day, have a cup of coffee as usual, and today we are going to the War Remnants Museum. So obviously the Vietnam War was a really big period of American history, very big period of Vietnam's history as well, and it's personal to me because as most Americans my age, we grew up with grandfathers who fought in the Vietnam War. So I grew up hearing about the Vietnam War, grew up around a lot of Vietnam veterans, and grew up kind of in this era where we celebrate and we remember the veterans who died and also the veterans who fought in the war. So I have a personal attachment to this only because of both of my grandparents. And one of my grandparents was actually stationed on the Ho Chi Minh Trail, which is not far from where we're at right now. But today we're gonna go learn about the history of it and see kind of what Vietnam has to say about the war and how it affected their everyday life and their history.
Thank you. Alright guys, so we just left the War Remnants Museum. We're still thankfully here. We're in the front lawn with all the planes and the tanks and everything. Really interesting museum. 100% if you're here, you have to come and look at it. Especially from America, because sites are very interesting to look at.
It's incredibly informative.
Seeing things from the opposite side is always a big part of what you should do in any aspect of life, obviously. And this one's no different. And Vietnam's a very contentious thing. I won't fire into my opinions on it here for the sake of starting any arguments or anything like that. We've just been having quite interesting discussions about how things look, how things are, things that happen there, the way things can be hidden from Americans, the way things can be hidden from Vietnamese, the way that things are framed in the name of a certain country, in the name of the US, in the name of Vietnam, in the name of this. So obviously this one is very much from the perspective of Vietnam, so it's, you're aware of the rhetoric being more towards
Agitated towards the Americans.
Yeah. No, just very interesting to see some absolutely brutal things to look at in there. Some really brutal galleries, from some unbelievable war journalists.
What was most impressive was the photographs, I think, because you can learn and you can read a lot. You can read excerpts from magazines or from articles or quotes from lieutenants and generals, but when you see the photographs and you see things that were actually taken in that moment, it just transcends every idea that you could possibly have. Like, it just speaks for itself, and you can't ignore it. I think that's the raw truth, is that you can't ignore a photograph. You can't ignore something that was shot and taken in that moment. And so many journalists and so many photographers were killed. Like, a lot of these photos that you see in these galleries were the last film or the last photo or the last bit of photographs that were taken by people right before they died because they stepped on a landmine or they were shot down or something like that happened. So it's just really sobering. What you read online about the museum, the effects that it's meant to have on you is very real. It really, after being in there, it really is very similar to the Holocaust Museum in DC, in Washington DC in America.
Very similar feeling coming out.
Very similar feeling, and a lot of the atrocities that happen here are very reminiscent of that as well. If you learn about the Holocaust and you see the rounding up of people and the mass shootings and all that kind of thing that happens on both sides,
absolutely horrific.
That same stuff was happening here. It just very sobering. So just don't shy away from it because of that, but just come with an open mind and come ready to see some things that you may not like, but it's really good for you to know.
Yeah.
So in true form to us, we've ended up in a craft beer bar. We just were walking past on the way back from the museum, and we saw it, and the prices here for the craft beer are significantly cheaper. Still not quite as cheap as the dollar beer over at the other place that we're going to go to tonight. But we thought we'd stop in and get a wee snack, a couple of brews. We're on a wee balcony as well. So we got quite a nice wee setup. Got a lovely wee dark beer flavored like Oreo. Very nice. Just got a wee IPA.
As always.
And I got my Bible. So we ended up having a few beers at that little bar we found uptown. It was going to be one, ended up being 3 and dinner. Blew our budget for 2 days worth in one go. We had a lovely discussion. We were talking about everything from the museum that day to life, to love, to politics, to religion, to everything. A little bit of everything. Very, very good conversation with my baby. We probably should have came to begin with, because we can get dollar beers here. We could have bought 40 beers
For the amount that
we just spent at that other place.
Look at me and Stevie 2 years ago. I just got a Facebook reminder.
We're such cuties.
So cute. That was the night that Steven met my parents.
I met them before that.
But that was the night that you really met them
Yeah,
at Luigi's. I was very nervous.
You were nervous?
I was nervous.
I was bloody nervous.
I thought you would say something stupid.
When you went to the bathroom, I don't say the stupid things.
You do.
When you went to the bathroom, oh my god.
He says stupid things on a regular, so that's really, I thought you would say something stupid.
Stupid is subjective. So this is the same street that we were in yesterday in the first vlog, where Jess was complaining about the noise and the chaos.
This is the street to our apartment, or our Airbnb.
And it's so dead quiet. It's quite eerie at night. You've got all the little alleyways off to the sides. Just the
Nothing here.
contrast to it is so insane after you've walked through in the middle of the day. But the second you step back out onto the street, it's just life again. And everyone sits down in their little tables and chairs on the side of the road, and there's little street vendors that are selling their food. Everyone just goes out, gets a coffee or a beer, and sits out there every night of the week. Today and yesterday, it's been a very sporadic vlog. If it works, I don't know. I'll put it together anyway. But it's been a very sporadic one, so it might be a bit crap. But I've told myself that I'm gonna cockroach. But I told myself that I'm gonna keep editing them regardless. So I'll try and make it. Hopefully you guys aren't bored of this one. This is probably the last clip from this vlog. Tomorrow's should be decent.
I'm gonna steal it from Steven because he talks a lot, so.
Says
Good
you.
night.